What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. So good to have you here. I know I am a day late. Sorry, typically we have our episode for the Zone News on Saturday, but my brother was busy. But with that being said, I'm excited because we got a lot to cover this week in this episode of the Zone News. Venom: The Last Dance appears to be Sony's last Venom movie. So I guess it'll be a trilogy, but we'll talk more about it. 28 years later, the long awaited sequel to 28 Days Later. Some updates on that. Donnie Yen is getting a spinoff from his character. So the John Wick universe is expanding. We'll dive more into that. Roadhouse is getting a sequel. And last but not least, we have to talk about X-Men 97. The Zone News. Let's go. So, we've had Venom. We've had Venom Let There Be Carnage. Both which were pretty cool movies. I like Venom, the first one, better than Let There Be Carnage. But the great thing about the Venom films up to this point is that I would rank them as like solid B movies, and they make them to be, right? I don't feel like they are taking themselves more seriously than they need to be. The Venom movies know what they are, and they do a good job in knowing what type of movie they are and just sticking with what they do best. And so the two movies have been relatively good. Yes, there was a tease with Venom being in the MCU. The symbiote piece got left behind at the end of No Way Home. Hopefully, we'll get some payoff with that. But with that being said, we have Venom 3, which, of course, Sony needed to do because everything Sony has done with outside of the Spider-Verse and animation has been trash, except for the Venom movies. Madam Web and Morbius, garbage. Hopefully, Craven will be good, but I don't have any high expectations for that. But anyways, we're getting Venom 3. But apparently, this will be the last Venom movie. Let's take a look. So this is coming from superherohype.com. Venom: The Last Dance, Tom Hardy's superhero sequel, will be the final Venom movie. So speaking with Deadline, Sony Motion Pictures Group Chairman Tom Rothman confirmed that Venom: The Last Dance will be the third and last Venom movie. He also noted that it is going to be huge when it hits theaters in October. What do we know so far about The Last Dance? Plot details for Venom: The Last Dance remains under wraps at this time, but Tom Hardy is once again playing Eddie Brock, Venom in the film, while Juno Temple and a bunch of other people are in the role, and we don't know what they're doing. All right, but couple things to note here. The first Venom movie was released in October 2018, bringing in about 856 million at the global box office on an estimated 100 and 116 million dollar budget. So clearly, that's why it got greenlit with the sequel, which was directed by Andy Serkis. Venom: Let There Be Carnage, which brought in about 506 million off a 110 million dollar budget. So clearly, this is why Sony has continued with the Venom movies, because they have been a huge box office success for them. So, like I said, this makes sense to kind of wrap it up on a trilogy and hopefully try to figure out how we can incorporate Tom Hardy's Venom into the MCU. I think Kevin Feige has gone on to say that he really likes Tom Hardy and he likes Tom Hardy's Venom. So hopefully by wrapping up this Venom trilogy, they can figure out how to get Tom Hardy's Venom into the MCU. But let me know what you all think in the comments below. All right, so some of you may or may not know, but I'm not a big, I'm a huge movie person. I love movies, clearly, why we are here on this channel. But I'm not a big horror genre person at all. Like I've seen some, and I've seen some that were incredible, but it's not something that I typically go running to see. And so I probably missed out on some really good movies. And 28 days later, according to what everyone tells me, is one of those movies that I've missed out on. Everyone keeps telling me it's a zombie film, but I don't know. When it came out, it just wasn't one of those things that I was like, "Ooh, I got to see that." But everybody tells me, "Bro, you got to see this movie. It was really, really good." Well, now it's getting a long-awaited sequel, and not only that, but the star from 28 Days Later, Cillian Murphy, who just won the Oscar for Oppenheimer, will make a return. So let's check it out. All right, so this is coming from comingsoon.net. 28 years later, Cillian Murphy will return to star in Danny Boyle's horror sequel. So, speaking with Deadline, Sony Pictures Group Chairman Tom Rothman was asked if Murphy, who recently won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance in 2023's Oppenheimer, will return for Boyle's upcoming 28 years later horror sequel. Yes, but in a surprising way and in a way that grows. Let me put it that way, Rothman answered. This is Danny at his best, combined with a very commercial genre like we had with Edgar Wright and Baby Driver, which was fantastic. Sometimes when you put a real signature director into a commercial arena, it elevates it. Okay. Again, Murphy notably played the lead character Jim in 2002's 28 Days Later, which also directed by Boyle. While Rothman noted that the upcoming movie is called 28 Years Later, he hinted that in any that it's not in any way a literal sequel. Interesting. Now, again, me not being a big fan of horror films, I didn't see this first one. So, like I said, everyone keeps telling me to see it, and I'm gonna watch it. Because I like Murphy. I think he's, and of course, this was a younger him, but he's such a great actor. So I'm gonna check it out. 2002. Wow, man, that was a long time ago. But anyways, what do you all think of this? Are you a horror genre person? And if so, did you see 28 Days Later? Did I miss a good one? What do you think about the fact that he's going to be in the sequel? Let me know in the comments below. One of the best parts of one of the best movies that came out that summer was Kane, Donnie Yen's character in John Wick 4. I thought he was dope. It was really cool to watch him work. I am a huge, huge, huge Donnie Yen fan, and he was just really incredible in the movie. Well, it looks like the makers of John Wick agree because he is getting his own spin-off movie. So this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. Donnie Yen, a star in John Wick Kane spinoff. Lionsgate is developing a film around his assassin character after the Hong Kong action hero pushed back on Asian stereotypes and got script changes. Okay, so he had an influence on what he wanted it to look like. But Lionsgate is developing a John Wick spin-off movie around Donnie Yen's Kane assassin character. Yen will reprise his John Wick Chapter 4 role in the untitled project set to shoot in Hong Kong in 2025. The franchise expanding film, with no director yet announced, will follow the events of John Wick 4 as Kane has been freed from his obligations to the High Table. Then it goes on to talk about some of the changes that Donnie Yen had asked for and some of the films he was in. But so Stilisky is developing the spin-off movie around Yen's Kane character as part of a recently announced deal with Lionsgate to expand the John Wick universe. The latest movie after the Ballerina spin-off will be overseen by the franchise's producers, Thunder Road's Basil, not going to even try that, and Erica Lee and Stilisky. who produces through his 8711 Entertainment production banner. So, as a Donnie Yen fan, I'm all for this. I loved his character, like I said, in Kane, and definitely, definitely looking forward to seeing what he does with his own film. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Okay, so after dropping the ball and not uh, putting the movie out in theaters, Roadhouse saw some success on Prime, and because of that success, it has been greenlit for a sequel, and I'm here for it. So, coming from Variety, Roadhouse sequel in the works at Amazon, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Sequel to Amazon's Roadhouse movie is in the works, with Jake Gyllenhaal reprising his leading role as Dalton. While Amazon is keeping quiet on any other details for now, it has still made sure to give the news of the high-profile project its due, with Amazon MGM studio chief Jennifer Salke revealing it at the top of its first ever upfront presentation to advertisers Tuesday. As we saw this spring, the world went crazy for a little movie called Roadhouse, Salke said on stage at the Pier 36 venue in New York City. Nearly 8 million viewers globally have watched Roadhouse. We like to watch this. We like to watch these results like a baby. So yeah, it goes on to talk about how Roadhouse film has attracted nearly 80 million worldwide viewers to date. The film premiered on Prime Video March 21st, and it attracted a record-breaking over 50 million worldwide viewers over its first 2 weekends, becoming Amazon MGM Studios' most watched produced film debut on a worldwide basis. So I'm glad it got greenlit. Like I told y'all with my review, I would actually be interested in seeing more of Jake Gyllenhaal's version of Dalton. So, and now you don't have to worry about being tied to any comparison of the original Roadhouse. I believe there was a Roadhouse 2 sequel, but nobody saw. It had nothing to do with Patrick Swayze or anything like that. But needless to say, yeah, I'm here for it. I dug it. It was fun enough that I'd want to watch more of it. But love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think. All right, y'all. We have got to talk about X-Men 97. I actually finished watching it yesterday, the entire series, and been online looking at what other people have said. Some people are calling it the best Marvel series this that they put out. Some people are calling it at least the best season of a series that Marvel has put out. And I personally think that there's arguments for both. X-Men 97 is incredible. Incredible. Now, keeping in mind that I was a huge fan of the X-Men series, the cartoon, look, I'm knocking my mic over, but X-Men 97 was so great. From the animation to the voice acting, keeping it aligned with the first series, just everything about it was really good. Was every episode great? No, some episodes were better than others, but overall, it is just really good. So I'm gonna give my review. Things that I liked, pretty much everything. I loved the animation. I think every episode had its moments. Clearly, some were better than others. I like that. So one of the things that if I had to give it a knock, was that it started off kind of slow, but after you watch the whole season, you know why, and it's the perfect buildup of um, intensity and foreshadowing and all that stuff and character development, so that when it ends, one of the things that I was worried about is, will they land the plane on this one? Will they be able to stick the landing, I should say? Because, like I said, it was the perfect buildup. And in my opinion, they stick the landing 100%. There's a clear, distinct difference of the season from episode 5, Remember It, on. Like, so the first 1 through 4, with ending on Motendo, all good. But man, once Remember It hits, they hit you and they never look back. Like, you take off and you never look back. I'm glad I didn't sit and wait for it to finish and then binge watch it all. I watched every week over week. But now I'm gonna go back and binge watch it because this was incredible. This was incredible. Now, would I say that it's the best Marvel series? That's tough, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Daredevil is Netflix Daredevil season 1 and 2 is fantastic. The last season was probably the worst out of the 3, but that's not saying it was bad. But man, season 1 and 2 of Daredevil is freaking awesome. Loki season 2, incredible. Punisher was dope. So that's tough to call it the best Marvel. I'm gonna say it's the best Marvel has put out from a series standpoint lately, for sure. Because you got WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the Marvels and Loki and all the other series, Disney Plus series. This is up there. Is it better than Loki season 2? That's tough. I think that depends on what day you ask me. But I'm going to say this is one of the best things Marvel has put out in regards to TV in this period in a while. I can't decide if it's the best series because, like I said, Daredevil, forget about it. Loki season 2, forget about it. Even WandaVision. So you have to come back to me on that one. But what did I think of this series? My rating on a scale 1 to 5, 1 being is trash, zone out, 5 being this is a must see, it's fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I gotta give it a 5. This was pure entertainment. It is so good. Yeah, I gotta give it a 5. I love, and here's the thing: when the season first started, I was on a nostalgia high, right? Because they did everything right, and I just loved the attention to detail and utilizing the old X-Men show and bringing it into a new audience, and how well they did that. That whole transition was so good, and some of the story arcs from the comic books, I loved it. But then episode 5 hit, and it's like, are you kidding me? And they take it, so it's already going like this, and then it just goes like this. You know what I mean? And then they actually stick the landing. That last episode, I feel like everybody is in that episode. By the way, some of the cameos was just dope. Yeah, man, X-Men was perfect. This was really, really good. X-Men '97. Kudos to Marvel. Y'all did it. Y'all rocked out, and you left it where we want to see more, and I cannot wait to see more. So that's my review. 5 out of 5 for sure. Fantastic, must see. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Now, mind you, I'm still on the high because I just finished it like yesterday. So, I might be tripping. I don't think I am. I think I'm right. I think this is worth the 5 for real. But I can't decide if it's like the best series. Because again, Daredevil, man. But this is really, really, really good for sure. Would love to hear your thoughts. What do you all think? Is this the best Marvel series ever? Or maybe just the best season? What do you all think of X-Men 97? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Do me a favor. If you like the content, click that like button and subscribe and share with others. We have a big goal of reaching our first 1,000 subscribers, and we need your help. So again, if you like what you see, click that like button and subscribe for more content. And share with others who would also like this content. Until the next one, peace.